What's going on, everyone? IVG here. Now here's a new video that I want to try out. This and a new series I want to try out. This is mainly me talking about making up sets for Pokemon that I want to try out. So one of my favorite Pokemon I would say in the competitive battle scene is Garchomp. Now Garchomp is really good, at least in what I see in my eyes, because it's both fast. I would say both. It's fast, very good offensive, and also has some defensive backgrounds. And whenever you think of Garchomp, you always think of a good Pokemon, a balanced Pokemon that stays in the tier that it always is. Now it's in the OU tier. It's a tier that you see that basically everybody plays in. And I would say Garchomp throughout that whole tier would be my favorite one. Now here's some common sets you mainly see with the Garchomp. Choice Garchomp is very common set: Outrage, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Poison Jab, Max Attack, Max Speed, and some bulk and defense. With this set, you can kill a bunch of things and clean up a whole bunch of teams. The Dragons and Earthquake and Ground Stabs is really good offensively, and as that Poison Jab coverage move, you'd be able to hit the fairy types really well. It's also a possibility you could run Iron Head just for them to make them flinches, but I would prefer a Poison Jab, mainly because it deals well, and you may get the poison as well. But it's also good to run Iron Head, not only just for fairies, but for them ice types that come into battle to counter them dragon types. Another set that I do like is a defense set with Rocky Helmet, Dragon Tail, Earthquake, Fire Blast, and Stealth Rock. I love using this set a lot on Garchomp because it's a bulky defensive wall. It phases a bunch of the opponent's Pokemon out. I have a slow stab move, and I have a coverage move to back up against it. Fire Blast hits a bunch of them steel types, like you commonly see, like Ferrothorn, Forretress, even Celesteela. You see those Pokemon, and a Fire Blast KOs the two and does around 40 to Celesteela. Plus, you get a hazard setter being Stealth Rocks for Garchomp. And that's really good because that's what I love about Garchomp. It deals damage, it sets up hazards, it has a good coverage moves, and it's able to phase out a Pokemon that doesn't need to be on the field. Now another set that I have yet to use, but it's still good, is Lumberry Sword Dance set. With Outrage and Earthquake being only moves for attacking, it does bring you at a good point, but the only Pokemon that counter it would be like a Pokemon like Togekiss or Togetic that don't get attacked by this at all. But you do have Stealth Rocks, which this is good for those Pokemon because they come in at 25, taking 25% from 25% from rocks, and with this set you'd be able to outspeed them. Now for the final set, I haven't really tried out, but I know it's really well. Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Fire Fang, and Stealth Rocks. You have rocks, so what can you go wrong with that? But the Fire Fang Fire MZ, I would say, is really good because there are some Pokemon that Garchomp isn't able to touch, even with just a Fire Blast or Fire Fang. And with that Fire MZ, you'd be able to knock him out cleanly off the field. Like, let's say you have a fortress, a defense fortress that your team doesn't have to handle, and you have Garchomp with the Fire MZ Fire Fang. You'd be able to one-shot that thing and get it off the field, and you wouldn't have to deal with it ever again. And that's what I like about the set. You're able to take down the bulky walls, like the bulky steel types, and you'll be able to get some rocks as well and have the two moves that you always have. Now, Mega Garchomp, I would say, is probably one of the worst Megas because it downgrades its speed whenever it Mega Evolves. It goes down 10. It drops its speed stat by 10, but it does get a bunch of attack, defense, and special attack EVs, and some special defense EVs. 40 in attack, 40 in special attack, and then 20 in defense and 10 in special defense. And I honestly can't say that I would say Garchomp would be really good with just the Mega Evolution. I prefer the regular version over the Mega Evolution, mainly because it just has that high speed and it still has some good coverage moves to back it up and be able to hold an item that's not its Mega Stone. But here are some sets that are really good with Mega Garchomp. And looking at its ability, Sand Force and Sandstorm, I'd say it's really good to pair up with, like with a Tyranitar or even a Gigalith, getting its new ability Sandstream. A Swords Dance, and then an Outrage, Earthquake, or Stone Edge would possibly knock out any Pokemon that you want. Now you can swap out Stone Edge for maybe Poison Jab, Iron Head, like I said before, and it would cover up the same main boundaries, or even Rock Slide as well. And then here's this last set. It's basically the defense set, but with Dragon Claw, but with offensive EVs. So this is mainly like a Stealth Rocker and then all coverage moves. Fire Blast to hit the bulky Steel types, Dragon Claw to hit, and Earthquake to hit the stab with stab, and basically like that would cover up mainly all your, how would I say, typings or deal with in battle. Now I do love Garchomp, and I definitely say it would be my favorite competitive Pokemon. But this is really a good and this is a really good Pokemon to bring in battle. So here, hopefully these sets will be useful for you guys for in battle, and I hope you have learned something from these few sets that I whipped up. But anyways, guys, I think that's going to be it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed, and we'll see y'all in a possible next episode. Thank y'all, guys, and goodbye.